civilization in China to indecipherable glyphs found on Easter Island. Here are 10 strange archaeological mysteries.
This is Throwback Thursdays.
Number 10. In 2012, researchers digging in China unearthed around 3,000 ancient statues of Buddha. Experts say the statues are around 1,500 years old, dating to the Eastern Wei and Northern Qi dynasties, around 534 to 577 AD. The Buddhas appear to have been made from limestone and white marble, and measure from around 8 inches long to several feet high. Experts speculate that the statues were likely collected and buried after the Northern Qi dynasty fell. The unusual discovery is said to be the largest of its kind since 1949, when the People's Republic of China was founded. Number 9. Clay and terracotta sculptures that resemble human body parts have been discovered buried in pits from Rome to Sicily. Experts estimate the objects were buried between the 4th to 1st century BC, but it's still unknown exactly what purpose the objects served. The sculptures are known as anatomical votives. The various body parts that are represented include hands, feet, eyes and ears, and internal organs. Ancient Italians are thought to have buried them as a sign of devotion to the gods, although it's unclear what was expected in return for that devotion. A new book called Bodies of Evidence hopes to shed light on the mystery. Dr. Jane Draycott, the author, says that the presence of certain body parts might serve a symbolic purpose. For example, if a devotee was embarking on a trip, they might bury a clay foot votive to ensure safe passage. Other scholars suggest the votives may have a closer connection to health issues that affect specific areas of the body. Clay representations of heads and faces might be linked to headaches related to malaria. Archaeologists and scholars continue to debate the importance of these objects from ancient Italian culture. Number 8. About 100 of these oddly shaped objects have been found from Wales to Hungary to Spain. Their name was inspired by the object's 12 flat pentagonal faces. Each one is hollow and made from either bronze or stone and measures between 4 to 11 centimeters in size. A circular hole of varying diameter appears in each face, and the holes connect to the hollow center. What were these strange objects used for? That is still a source of debate. If the Romans left a written account of the purpose, it has yet to be located. Some theories include the objects being used as instruments of war, or used as a surveying tool to gauge distances. Because many have been found in temples, it may have some religious or zodiacal function. There's still no definitive answer. Number 7. In 1929, a man in China's Sichuan province discovered jade and stone artifacts while repairing a sewer ditch. Decades later, archaeologists found treasures there from the Bronze Age, including bronze sculptures and elephant tusks. But there was no clue as to who actually created these artifacts. Researchers eventually identified the culture as the Sanxingdui, and bear with me on that name, and they inhabited a walled city. The civilization is thought to have collapsed around 3,000 years ago, but exactly how and why that happened remains a mystery. In 2015, researchers unearthed ancient walls that gave archaeologists a complete picture of the ancient trapezoid-shaped city. It's now thought to have been the biggest city in southern China during the Shang dynasty, between 1600 to 1046 BC, making it older than Rome, which was founded in 753 BC. Researchers hope that the recent discoveries, including Neolithic tombs and a complete skeleton, might help solve the mystery of why the inhabitants vanished. One theory suggests the population scattered after a major earthquake shook the area, but no writing or records have yet been found, offering no chance to make a definitive conclusion. Number 6. Easter Island is famous for the Moai statues found there. Rongo Rongo is also found on Easter Island and might be a writing or proto-writing system, although that has not been definitively proven, or disproven for that matter. This series of glyphs was first documented by a Catholic missionary in the 19th century. Rongo Rongo texts and letter codes are inscribed on 24 wooden objects, most of them oblong tablets. The glyphs are written left to right, and bottom to top. No direct dating has been done, but experts do theorize the tablets were created no earlier than the 13th century. Several attempts have been made to decipher Rongo Rongo, but only a portion of one tablet was shown to be connected with a Rapa Nui lunar calendar. Apart from that, all efforts to understand the writing have failed. Some experts say that if Rongo Rongo is verified as writing, it would be one of the rare times in human history that such a system was invented independently. Number 5. Strange stone circles in Jordan were first noticed from the air in the 1920s. Since then, 8 large circles have been reported in the country's west-central region, and in all there are 12 of the circular structures in Jordan that can only be witnessed with aerial and satellite images. In 2002, another similar structure was discovered in Syria. Collectively known as the Big Circles, they range between 720 feet to nearly 1,500 feet in diameter, and are usually comprised of low walls formed from uncut boulders. According to experts, construction likely would have been lengthy and would have involved approximately a dozen workers. Researchers still don't know why the circles were built, and while the structures cannot be precisely dated, experts think they were built between 4,500 to 2000 BC. That's based on the age of materials found near the circles. Archaeologists plan to continue excavating the sites to learn more about their purpose and construction. Number 4. A mummified dog dating back some 1,000 years was discovered in Mexico, and experts think the long-deceased canine might help solve mysteries about the hunting traditions of ancient tribal groups. It was discovered in Candelaria Cave in the arid northern part of the country. Researchers say the animal was likely domesticated by local tribes and was used for hunting expeditions. It was found among hundreds of human remains and ancient artifacts like baskets and bows and arrows. Due to the dry environment, the dog had mummified naturally. And while mummified canines have been previously found in Peru and Egypt, this was the first such creature discovered in Mexico. Number 3. The Cochno Stone was discovered in Scotland in 1887. It's considered one of Europe's most important works of art. To protect it from vandals, it was buried near Clydebank, at the edge of a council housing estate. The slab of rock is etched with carvings from the Stone Age, dating back some 5,000 years. And now, after more than a half-century, it's being re-excavated so archaeologists can study it in depth. Measuring 42 feet by 26 feet, the stone slab is covered with grooved indentations and spirals referred to as cups and rings. In the black and white photos, you can see where some of the designs have been highlighted using white paint. Some of the carvings appear to represent feet with 4 toes. Experts suggest the petroglyphs might have been used for marking hunting grounds or other types of territory. They might even represent a unit of measurement. Researchers plan to use 3D scanning technology to uncover the mystery of the stone's carvings and the prehistoric people who made them. Number 2. Bolshoi Zayatsky Island is part of the Solovetsky archipelago in northern Russia, and I sure hope I got those names right. Anyway, the island is thought to have been inhabited as far back as 3000 BC. The prehistoric residents built villages and sacred sites there. They apparently covered the island with boulders as well. More than 850 boulders are found in heaps about the region. Next to nothing is known about these people, nor why they constructed strange stone labyrinths there. Up to 14 of these labyrinths were created, with the largest one measuring over 80 feet in diameter. They're mostly constructed of boulders set in rows. Most of the rows have a spiral shape, and some even have a double spiral formation that resembles 2 snakes, with the heads meeting in the middle. While their exact purpose is still unknown, experts conjecture that the stone structures may symbolize a boundary between this world and the underworld. Specific rituals may have been performed in the labyrinth that help the soul of the dead travel to the next life. Number 1. A local Bosnian myth claims that the country used to have countless spherical stones, but when people went searching for gold inside them, the objects were destroyed. Now, an archaeologist claims he's found a mysterious sphere in central Bosnia. Dr. Samir Osmanagic says the sphere has a high iron content and was created by an advanced lost civilization more than 1,500 years ago. If so, that would make the object older than Las Bolas, the stone spheres found in Costa Rica. They were created by the extinct Dikis culture. The stone ball found in Bosnia has a radius of around 4 to 5 feet. Although Dr. Osmanagic claims it to be the world's heaviest man-made ball, we couldn't find an estimate for its weight. While the newly discovered object could turn out to be twice as big as the Costa Rican spheres, the claim does have its doubters. Some experts think the sphere is a result of concretion, a process involving the precipitation of natural mineral cement between the spaces of sediment grains. The end result is often a spherical shape. What do you think?
This is Throwback Thursdays.